Hey, what's up guys? It's Dusty here with another edition of Dusty's Daily Doubles. Today is February 22nd, 2022. That's 2/22/22. Whoo! Anywho, yesterday we went 3 of 5 on our selections overall. We did again miss the Daily Double. When it rains, it pours in Daily Doubleville. But that's just the way she goes sometimes. It's just like anything in life. It happens in professional sports all the time. Certain players, even all-stars, have cold streaks. They go 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, fucking doesn't matter. They go a lot of games without goals, points, etc. Slumps. It happens in sports especially. It also happens anywhere else. It could happen at work. You have a slump. You're in a slump for a few weeks. It can happen in life. When it rains, it pours. That's what's going on right now. But a wise man once told me, don't get too high on the highs and don't get too low on the lows. Eventually, the ship will set itself properly. And, that is what we have going on here. We are in a slump. But today, specifically, is one of the better daily doubles that I have liked in a long time. I am super confident in today's picks. Now let's quickly go over last night's picks. We went 0 for 2 on the Daily Double. First game up, we had the UTEP Miners plus 9.5. It was a pretty close game for most of the game, but in the second half, late in the second half, they ended up just going to absolute crap and ended up losing quite handily. I think it was by 18 to 20 points. Then we also had that parlayed with the New Mexico State-Seattle game going over 135.5 points. That only ended up getting 125 points. Super disappointment there. But then we smashed all three bonus picks. On the bonus picks, we had Syracuse on the money line. They ended up winning. We had North Carolina on the money line. They ended up winning. And then we had an ATP matchup between Carino Busta and Oscar Ott. And Busta did win easily, 2 sets to 0. So if you did end up taking that as a treble, you would have broke even or even made a little bit of money. Doesn't matter. Like I said, I am super confident in today's picks, and one of the picks almost seems like free money. Now let's jump into today's picks. First up on the docket for the Daily Double, we are looking at an A10 matchup between the Richmond Spiders traveling to George Washington to face this Colonials team. And honestly, first glance, I just see too many points. The line right now is currently at Richmond -7 on the road, and it's just a little bit too high. Honestly, this George Washington team has turned it around in the last couple of weeks, and they're starting to play some pretty decent basketball. Not to mention that at home, they have the last time they lost by double digits at home was January 8th, and that was to Dayton. And let me just be clear about this: Richmond is not Dayton. They're a good team, but they're not Dayton. And not only the last time that George Washington lost at home by double digits was January 8th. Out of all of their road victories this year, the Richmond team only has 1 victory by double digits on the road, and that is against Duquesne. And that team is a trash can, like just absolute dumpster fire. So, I mean, I am already looking at this line and think that it's too many points for Richmond on the road, as this George Washington team has been playing pretty well of late. Don't kid yourself, Richmond is playing well as well also, but again, just too many points. Currently, Richmond is 17-10 overall in the season. They are 6 wins, 4 losses away from home, which is a pretty good record on the road. They can get it done, but again, not usually big numbers. And they are 7-3 in their last 10, and they're currently on a 1-game slide. Whereas George Washington is 11 wins, 14 losses overall in the season, so they're below 500. However, at home, they are 7 wins, 4 losses, and they are 6-4 in their last 10 games. So like I said, they are starting to play a bit better, and they are a really grindy team. I can see this being a real physical game in the paint and a real back-and-forth game. I could see this in the mid-70s type of game. George Washington usually scores at least 70 at home, and Richmond has been averaging in the 70s as well. So This is going to be a great game. I can see a potential Richmond, honestly, I can see a potential upset here and George Washington winning outright. However, the more likely scenario is Richmond probably winning something like 78-72 or 78-73, something like that. That is what I see the final score being. Honestly, for that reason, I am going to take the hot hand here. We are getting 7 points already, and plus 7 with George Washington. We're going to buy that up to plus 10. We're going to buy 3 points, and our first pick on the Daily Double is going to be George Washington plus 10 at home. And we are going to parlay that with a Mac Attack game, and that is between the Bowling Green Falcons traveling to Akron to face this Zips team. And quite honestly, Bowling Green is going to get zipped up. Their season is unraveling at the moment. They had just got rid of 2 of their leading scorers for non-basketball purposes, off-floor reasons, probably education, maybe some disciplinary. Regardless, 2 of their top scorers have been dismissed from the team. They are just falling apart, and Akron, on the other hand, is making that push for this tournament. Right now, Bowling Green is 12-15 overall in the season. They are an abysmal 3 wins and 8 losses on the road. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games on a current 4-game losing slide. Whereas this Akron Zips team is 17-9 overall at home. 17-9 overall on the season. They are 10-3 at home with a supremely excellent record at home. They are 6-4 in their last 10 games on a 1-game winning streak. The last time these 2 teams faced was earlier, just about a month ago, January 20th this season, where Akron beat the snot out of them on the road, 91-66. I don't see anything different here, as Akron is leaps and bounds above this unraveling Bowling Green team that has less guys than they even had last game. 2 of their better players that got stomped last game aren't even there. The wheels are falling off this spread. Akron should have no problem going in there and actually covering this spread with ease. I could see a 15-point victory. However, for the Daily Double purposes, we are just going to take Akron on the money line, and that is going to be parlayed with our first game, which was George Washington plus 10. That's today's Daily Double. I have a lot of bonus picks for you guys. 4, in fact. First one I'm looking at right now is going to be another A10 matchup between Rhode Island Rams traveling to St. Bonaventure to face this Bonnie's team. And this is going to be another great game. Rhode Island has been playing excellent. However, they are not the same team on the road as they are at home. Their road record is an abysmal 3 wins, 7 losses, whereas this Bonnie's team at home is 11-2 on a current 5-game winning streak. They have just been dismantling opponents. They've been playing really good teams and destroying them in their conference, like VCU. They've had good games against Dayton and Davidson. It's just this Rams team doesn't travel well. I do think that the points are a little bit much. The Bonies are a -9 favorite. I think that's too much. I do think the Rams will cover that, and we're looking at probably a 5 to 6 point victory for the Bonnies here. So that's going to be the first bonus pick, is St. Bonaventure on the money line. Our next bonus pick that we are looking at here is going to be a another MAC game between Ball State Cardinals traveling to Kent State to face these Golden Flashes. And this is going to be another great game. However, we are talking again about 2 teams on the opposite side of road and home here, whereas Ball State does not travel well. They are 3-8 overall on the road, whereas this Golden Flashes team is 9-4 at home. They are currently on an 8-game winning streak, and I don't see that ending at all tonight. I honestly think this is another easy cover, and I think that they cover that spread, which is 8.5, -8.5 for Golden Flashes. However, we're just going to play it safe here and take Kent State on the money line. Our other pick is going to be Oh, sorry, I lost it. Oh, yeah, sorry, it was already here. Our other pick is going to be a massive SEC matchup between the Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Vanderbilt. And again, we're looking at a team that is trying to pad their resume and make a deep push to try and get a seed into this NCAA tournament. It's looking likely. However, we have to continue to push out here. They are not a very good traveling team, as Alabama is 2 wins and 6 losses on the road this season. They're 17-10 overall. But they are 6-4 in their last 10 games, so it's not a complete disaster going on here. They're playing tough competition, whereas this Vanderbilt team is kind of falling apart a little bit as well. They are 14-12 overall in the season. However, they have a pretty good record at home, 10-6. They are only 4-6 in their last 10, sub 500. The last time these two teams met was last year, where Alabama came up with a 4-point victory. Again, this is a very tricky spot for Alabama. As far as I know, a lot of the sharps are all over Alabama to win this, and with good reason, because what I'm looking at majorly in this matchup is the fact that Vanderbilt's guard, who is Rodney Chapman, is out for the game, and he puts up points for these guys. He distributes the ball for these guys. So not only is their starting point guard out of the game, but their backup guard, who is Jermaine Mann, is also questionable for this game. Even if Mann does suit up and play, we're looking at a less caliber guard, and probably one who's not even at 100% against a team that is ferociously hungry right now for a win, specifically a road win, which goes a long way when you're talking about padding stats for the tournament. For that reason, with all this value right here, Alabama is only a 4.5-point favorite on the road. It's about right considering everything. However, I think they go in there tonight and get an outright win. That's going to be the pick on that bonus pick. Alabama on the money line. And the final bonus pick today that we are looking at is going to be an NHL matchup between the Nashville Predators traveling to Florida to face this red-hot Panthers team. And when I say red-hot, I mean red-hot, especially at home, where they have won 9 straight. They are currently on a 3-game winning streak as well, but 9 straight at home. That is unreal. And to top that off, Nashville is currently on a 4-game losing streak. Their away record is not terrible. They're actually pretty good on the road. 14 wins, 9 losses in regulation, 14, 9-4 away from home. Very good record. But again, you're going into a barn right now that is electric. This Florida team is going to score. And when we look at the stats, Florida is just a better offensive team. They average more than a goal a game than this Nashville team, which is massive in hockey. We are talking about Nashville averages 3.04 goals a game, which is pretty big. That is a big number in the NHL to average a game, average scoring at least 3 goals a game. That sits them 14th in the NHL. However, this Panthers team is ranked first because they average 4.12 goals a game. That is absolutely massive. And I can see them picking up another victory tonight, probably by a goal or 2. But, I mean, just to play it safe, we are going to take the Florida Panthers and the hot hand at home, 9-game winning streak at home against a team that has lost 4 straight. It might be a battle, but we are going to take the Florida Panthers on the money line to keep that home streak up, especially with the excellent value there. Those are the 4 bonus picks I have for you guys today, plus the daily double. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. Make sure you guys drop your comments. I want to see who you guys like, and you guys aren't doing that. I want some feedback before the game. It's easy to say, oh, I had so-and-so after the game's done. As a capper says, Mitch says, you win 100% of the games you pick after they're done. So let's not do that. Let's drop some comments before the game start of who you guys like, and let's get some chatter going on in those comments. Thanks a lot, everybody. Let's have a great day and get back on the horse once and for all.